strong raise. And the reason we alerted is because 1 club, 2 clubs in standard bidding is a weak raise. Okay?
So all you do is you say, if I open 1 club and say Nancy went 2 clubs, I say alert,
Yes?
I don't have to put a card down or just say alert.
Actually, when you alert a bid,
You should.
the rules say that more and more of us are hard of hearing, that you do this. Alert. You say it
And you put it down.
and you tap it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you tap.
Tap it. Yeah, try to get their attention, Nancy. They're probably asleep.
For the motion.
Yes, you need 5 clubs, and you can with 4 diamonds. So, 1 diamond, 2 diamonds is alert. And you say that is a forcing diamond raise. Forcing diamond raise.
What about intervening bid? It's not forcing.
We'll talk about that.
Okay, all right.
Can't get ahead, I can't tell you
Okay, I'm
everything in one sentence.
Linda, in your printout, you say playing points, 11 playing points.
Yeah.
That can be distributional?
You can add some distribution into it to get there.
Okay.
I wouldn't be,
Oh, that's good.
I wouldn't, remember what we're looking for. We're looking for a no trump game, no trump game, most of the time. The most useful thing for an inverted minor strong is to find a no trump game and to get it played from the right side of the table. Therefore, unless you're looking for a game in the minor, you're not going to, partner's not going to be thrilled with voids or singletons, is he? Now, if I think that my hand is shapely enough that we might have a chance at a 5 club game, yeah, I can count that shape. Does that make sense? So if you think you're going to be looking for no trump, don't get excited about shortness and other suits. If you think you might have a game in clubs, then that's all the better. The shortness is a virtue. So remember your goal. Remember the goal of the bid. Either find a no trump game, stay out of a no trump game, because that can be just as important, or to find a minor suit game or slam. Let's talk about yes.
You said to mark 11 points,
11 plus,
but
unlimited.
you've also said 10, 11 as, for example, on alert.
Well, Nancy, I lie a lot. You know, one of the things about developing your skill as a bridge player is knowing when to lie. No, it is knowing how to evaluate the hand and say, you know, there are 10 high card points here, but it's really an 11-point hand. Or, yeah, I have 10 points here, but it's a rotten 10. We'll talk about what to do with those that are in that gray area of 1 or 2. So usually you're going to get a no trump. But I can't, it depends on the hand. Whether I would, did someone use the word exaggerate? Well, that's one word. I prefer I took a view. I took a view. But if you take a view, keep in mind where this auction is playing, probably going to go. If you take a view, don't think, oh, I'm going to have to really apologize when I lay my hand down. Yes, that is an issue sometimes. Does an inverted minor, for example, take away this series? How do you play 1 minor, 2 no trump?
Opening hand.
11, 11 or 12, and no 4-card major.
The old meaning used to be an opening hand, and some people might still play it. You play it hand. It has to be forcing, right? And that's on your card. But I think I like 11 to 12 invitational. It is to a certain extent preemptive. The opponents come in, they've got to come in at the 3 level. That's a good thing. It's very descriptive. In prior classes, if you were here, what do you do if your partner invites? You accept with
14.
14 points you go. 13 and an excuse. But when partner invites with this hand to 2 no trump, now your hand might be really shapely, there may be a reason you don't think that no trump is the best place to play, but I would say probably trust your partner and bid, unless you've got a void or something, bid 3 no trump with 14 points. Is he saying anything about his club support? What is he saying about the majors?
No
No,
four card major.
No 4-card major. Could have a 4-card diamond suit. It could have diamonds. And if your style is that you always bid your 4 or 5-card diamond suit, you don't have to change that. You can do that and show your 2 no trump later. Remember that 2 no trump should not mean, I don't like that suit. You should not try to hit a fit by bidding no trump. 2 no trump should be invitational to 3 no trump. Okay? You never bid it just because you don't like the suits they bid. One cardinal rule of the basis of bidding is that when you have a misfit, stop at the lowest possible level. If you stop at a real low level, sometimes they rescue you. The higher you get in your misfit bidding, the less likely they are to bail you out. Even with a double, sometimes they won't bail you out. So, if you're in a misfit, you don't bid no trump just because you don't like their suits. You bid 2 no trump, always invitational. And if the series is something like one, I'll erase so you don't get too confused.
What would 1 club, 1 diamond mean?
6 points?
Okay, so that's just normal.
Normal.
Okay,
1 club, 1 diamond, 4 plus diamonds.
right?
6 plus points. Right?
Okay, just normal.
Just normal. Whoops. 1 no trump. What does this say?
No four card major.
No 4-card major.
12 to 14.
No opener.
Opener.
If over 1 club, you bid a diamond, I bid no trump. I should not do that with a 4-card major, even if it's really lousy.
But go back, why?
Yeah, I thought I was saying I didn't have a 4-card.
Do not have a
Right.
One club, 1 diamond, 1 no trump.
Yeah, I denied one when I did the diamond.
She was just following part.
This is a style thing, girls.
Okay.
When the responder, on your card, I go back to that convention card because it's got so much information on it. That convention card over frequently bypass a 4-card diamond suit. That's the 5th line down on responses.
Yeah.
In other words, some people holding 4 diamonds and 4 hearts will bid the diamonds.
What? Okay, say it again, say it again.
Some people,
Yeah.
if they have a 4-card diamond suit, bid up the line, no matter what their major suit holdings are.
Yeah.
They could be 4, 4, 4, 4,
Yeah.
1,
Okay,
and they'll still start with a diamond.
right. Yeah.
Other people,
No, you gotta get the major.
and I'm in that camp,
You bypass the diamond.
I'm in the camp of bypassing
Right.
the diamond suit. When I open a club, my partner opens bids a diamond. What am I looking for? person I'm playing with. There are people say, oh, no, I bet up the line. Okay, I bet up the line. That means you don't skip the 4-card diamond suit. Now, if I have 5 hearts, of course I would skip the 4-card diamond suit. But if you play that a diamond denies a 4-card major, then there's no point in opener bidding one.
Right.
Right,
You would just bid a no trump.
right.
But if you play that for bidding a diamond is bidding up the line, you would bid your lower 4-card major. So it might go something like 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 2 no trump. That says the same thing as 1 club, 2 no trump. And I tend to just go there.
In 1 heart, would we say I have a stopper in hearts?
Yeah.
And this instance is 4 hearts.
Could be the 4, 5, 3, 2 thing.
Oh, if your partnership is you bid up the line, that
No,
one.
no, yeah, in 1 club, open a club, so I've got 3 clubs,
Right.
minimal hand, at least a minimal hand,
Right.
at least probably 12 points. Partner bids a diamond, he's got at least 4 diamonds, at least 6 points.
Okay.
Now I come back and bid a heart. I'm not saying I have a stronger hand, am I?
No.
I'm still saying I have one little opener, and I have 4 hearts. It's
You're
very
going to do
unlikely.
that if your partnership agreement is that you bid up the line?
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm with you, okay.
Or Linda, how about if you have 5 diamonds and 4 hearts? Would you not bid the diamonds first?
No,
Do I usually give a rat's, you know what, about having 5 diamonds? If I got a 4-card major,
If you bid hearts first and then diamonds, or you telling your partner you have 5
I'm
hearts?
probably not going to do that.
I know.
Well, it depends on the hand, but I'm usually looking for a major or no trump.
Well, but if it's a club, a diamond, then if my partner has 4 hearts, I'm fixing to hear it, right?
What if he bids,
you already put it on hold.
No, I haven't.
No.
I don't deny a 4-card major.
what if he says a spade?
Then I know we don't have the 4 heart fit, and I bet a no trump, or 2 no trump, or whatever
If you
fits
bid.
my hand.
If you bid.
See?
Yeah,
It works.
I often skip a 4-card or 5-card diamond suit to bid a major. I'm not saying you need to, you have to, it doesn't change. If you bid your majors up the line, you don't lose one. And that's why I think some people prefer to bid the diamond going up the line. They want to hear what their partner has to say. Okay? So, given this auction, who should probably play no trump if it's played?
Deal.
Why?
He may have hanging kings.
He probably has the better hand. The stronger hand should usually play the no trump. And this is my argument, although, bidding is what you agree upon, what you're comfortable with. My argument for bidding a no trump here, even holding hearts, if I'm comfortable that partner doesn't have 4 of them. Because I opened the bidding. I'm the one who probably has tennises like king jacks or an unprotected, a king. I don't want my hand on the table, I want to play it. And I said one place in the handout, right-siding the contract means getting it played from the right side. It does not mean, I like to play the hands, I'm going to bid the no trump. It does not mean I am a better declarer player than you are. I'm going to play the no trump. I learned that to my dismay playing knockouts 100 years ago. I was not even a life master. We were playing knockouts against a weak group. We were going to win the whole thing. My partner that day was so off, she put an ace on a king to go down. Seriously, that's the way she was playing. So brilliant me decided, well, I'm gonna bid a slam, and I'm gonna bid the slam to play it. So I did. Doesn't make from my side. It makes from her side. So I'm in the slam, down one. The other people are in 4, making 6. Why? Because they didn't even look for slam. But we had the slam if I got it from the right side. Now, she might have misplayed it anyway, but I guarantee you, wrong-siding it deliberately, like I did, I have never forgotten it. I swear it was 20 years ago. It kept me awake at night, because we lost the match because of them.
Does this bidding scenario assume that the responder's not on the last hand?
No. We're going to talk about that more. We're going to talk about that more. Because we're going to say is it on or is it off? And what
Right.
changes. Okay. So, right signing a contract means protecting your cards. It means if I've got this stray king, I'd rather have the opening no trump lead come to me than put it on the table. That's my strongest argument for skipping the diamond.
But if you've got an invitational hand in the responder's hand, and you're a minimum opener, is there enough difference there in the strength of the two hands to make that a factor?
What does it hurt?
Well, I don't know, because responder could have a hanging.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna argue bidding
Yeah,
points.
I know, yeah.
I'm simply going to say that I studied bidding with a world champion for 10 years. And he told me, skip the diamond suit.
A lot
Skip,
of people do, I know.
skip the diamond suit. So I'm not gonna argue because it only matters what you and your partner agree to do and what you and your partner expect. But I find that it is fine to skip the diamond suit, bid the major, and so then the opener can bid a no trump. He can still bid a spade if he has a 4-card spade suit, and still might find the spade fit. Now, if he bids a heart and I bid a spade, the no trump still might be wrong-sided.
Yeah.
It's always possible, okay? So,
Wouldn't you then, if it went one club, one diamond, and you have them both, you would do your no trump?
No.
but what if it went one club, one heart?
Oh,
Okay, one club, one heart.
Skip it the diamond suit,
Right.
one spade.
No, why wouldn't you just say one no, if you got it?
you don't know.
I have
that you
four
have
spades. This person might have 4 spades, but
Oh,
the
you're right,
heart
right.
doesn't
I got
deny
you. There you go,
spades.
there you go.
I have to bid a spade.
So, in that instance, you
And
might
no
go
trump
side.
is on the other side.
Yeah, but it might be okay. Okay.
But if it's this way, isn't it still going to be wrong-sided? One club, one diamond, one spade. Now you've got 4 hearts. You can't show them. You can't reverse the hand.
Yeah, but you don't have 4 hearts, right?
Depends
You should expect.
Depends on your.
No, I'm talking about this hand.
Yeah.
I'm saying that this would wrong-side the contract as well. starting with diamond.
But that's what, couldn't you bid your hearts at the level, and just to show that you have stoppers in hearts, and then that you're.
Nope.
Keep it open. Okay.
No? Okay, this is an important question. She said, why can't this person, if they have, say they have 4 diamonds and they have 4 hearts, why can't they now come back and bid 2 hearts?
Well, I was more with the 5 diamonds more than the 4. but-
Okay, 5 diamonds.
Okay.
Because this shows a gang forcing hand.
Okay.
It's a reverse or it's a fourth
It's a
forcing
forcing.
something.
It's forcing.
It's absolutely forcing the hand. Therefore, you've got to have an opening hand to bid the hearts here. And a partner doesn't bid hearts here, he does not have 4. Because partner, just like you're supposed to bid your 2, 3, 4, 5 club suit first, before your ace, king, queen, jack, spade suit, right? Opener is also supposed to bid the weak heart suit over the strongest spade suit in the world. He's supposed to bid up the line to ensure that a heart suit does not get lost. So if he didn't bid a heart here, he ain't got it,
Right.
okay? He does not have.
I'm not wanting to play in hearts, I'm just saying, showing him that you have hearts if you wanted to go to no trump.
Well, the way I would do this is bid some number of no trump.
Oh, okay.
So if I've got a weak hand, what do I bid?
One no.
One no trump. If I've got an 11 to 12 point hand, I bid 2 no trump. If I've got an opening hand, I bid 3 no trump. So I varied off of here, and I put it in the handout as well if you get a little confused, but bidding 1 no trump over a minor, or 2 no trump over a minor, or 3 no trump over a minor does not change playing inverted minors. Those bids stay the same. And most people do play something like 6 to 10 bad or 9 for 1. They play 11 to 12 for 2. And they play 13 to 15 for 3. Stronger than 15, you might be in slam range. So with 16 points, you probably find another bid.
Okay, so you're saying that the responders initiating the no trump bidding, that means it's not going to be in the openers.
This is true.
So I mean,
That's
by
true.
saying your 2 hearts or
Good
any
question.
gun, you're kind of can drive the person maybe into bidding the no trump. and
The
never-
only way that you're not going to drive the responder into bidding the no trump is if you bid the 4-card major he has. So, 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart. He's got 4 hearts, he says 2 hearts, or 3 hearts, or 4 hearts, depending on his hand. Depending on the strength of the responder's hand, he raises. But if he's got hearts and he bids spades, yes, he's going to have to bid 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. Depending on his point level.
But you're saying you want the declarer to be playing the no trump.
Ideally, but don't get too hung up on that. I'm saying why I skip a 4-card diamond suit. That's why I skip a 4-card diamond suit. Doesn't mean you have to. As a matter of fact, when you're learning something new like this, I would change as little on your card and your comfort level as possible to incorporate it. And actually, incorporating inverted minors is just really easy. You make 3 changes on the card, you're done. Right? Knowing when to use it, when not to use it, and how to use it. And most, probably even more difficult are the rebids by opener and by responder. I digressed in the handout to tell you that a short club does not work well with inverted minors. Partner needs to know, if you open a club, you've got 3. Okay? So, those of you who like a short club, I discourage it. I discourage it. The only way I like to play a short club is if it's a 16, 17 point hand and I'm playing precision. Other than that, I think bidding naturally is preferable.
So do you have to declare a short club, someone
A
would say-
short club is alertable. If it is, okay, on your card where it says opening a club, it's got right here, how many do you expect to have? If your expected length is 3 or 4, nothing is said.
Okay.
She says a club, and I know she's got 3 clubs or more. I don't even say a word. But if she could have 0 to 2 clubs, and it's not forcing, I announce it's in blue. I say, could be short. But if it's in blue and I announce could be short, it is not forcing. I can pass with 0 clubs. Okay? If you have an agreement, well, partner, you've got to bid unless you've got 5 clubs over there, then you have to say it's forcing. Could be short, forcing 1 round, something like that. And if it is a conventional club opening, like there are strong systems that open a strong club, then it is an alert. And you say, she says 1 club, I say alert, they say what is it? I say, doesn't say anything about clubs, it says she's got 17 or more high card points, and it's forcing. That's all. So you fit your bid in one of the levels across there, and alert or announce according to what it is that you're playing. So, when back to inverted minors, we digressed with our no trump bids because, as I said, they don't really change. You leave those no trump, those very important no trump bids over a minor opening. You leave them the same. Very often, if my partner opens a minor and I did 2 no trump, where's my strength? I don't have length in the majors, I may have strength, but I don't have 4 of the major. So 1 club, 2 no trump, I'm saying I'd like the lead come to my hand. Okay? It's really what you're saying. I'd like the lead come to my hand. And if, for example, my points are in the suits besides clubs, then whether it's coming to my king jack or my ace queen or maybe my ace 10, whatever, I want it coming to my hand. That's what it really says. Okay. When we talked about, you have any questions? Okay, it is